Hi, a very good evening to everyone. We are here for the Cockatoo session of this week. We will begin in just a minute. So, once again, we welcome you all to the Green Chat Cockatoo session of Haritgram, the Environment Society of Shahid Bhagat Singh College, Delhi University. The whole idea behind Cockatoo, the Green Chats, is to provide a platform for students and environmental enthusiasts to engage in free spirited discussions. And we here at Haritgram are delighted to be able to provide this platform. The theme for today's session is very interesting. It is a walk along the banks of the Periyar River, exploring the cage culture and ancient forts. And I'm extremely elated to introduce you to the speaker of today's discussion, which is my comrade in geography, Analia NJ. Analia is pursuing a degree in BA Geography Honours from Shahid Bhagat Singh College and is an environmental enthusiast, an expressive and creative author, and a budding environmentalist. She has joined us here from Kerala at the banks of the Periyar and is prepared to take us through a very interesting and intriguing trek along the Periyar's fishery culture. So, without wasting a single minute, we request Analia to please begin with the discussion.
Thank you, Nitin. It was a very nice introduction because I would like to remove the mask, but since I have to walk from here a bit, so I will not be getting time to wear a mask. That's why I will already put it. But before starting this session or taking to you the place, I would like to tell you that this Cockatoo session is divided into three sections. So that is the first one is the nursery, that is the fish farm, and the second one is the cage culture, and the third one we would be moving to walking towards an archaeological place. So I just wanted to show you some of the views of my very like the river that is very just in front of my house, and now I'm gonna start speaking. So this cage culture, it just began initially. It was started by kids. So kids is an organization, that is an institute that is run by the fathers, that is the Christian community, and that kids started this initiative. So it they were actually, kids is an organization. The full form of the kids is Cortapuram Integrated Development Society. So I'll tell you what it is. So this is a society that works for the development empowerment of the people in the community. So it has a lot of such initiatives that they promote handicraft, they take computer classes, tally classes, communication skills. So these are the things that they handle. So this space cage culture was one such initiative brought up by the kids, and random group of 10 people were chosen. So they volunteered, but yes, after at the end of the day, only very few could succeed, and one or two could succeed, and one was Mr. Barnabas PF, whom I would be introducing you. So yes, I would like to start by saying that first, to establish a cage culture or to establish a such nursery, we need to take permission from the panchayat. So that is the first step. After taking permission from the panchayat, we have to take license from the fisheries department. So here, since we are the place, I will be telling more about this place later during these sessions. But since the it is 4:30, so I would like to show you the fishes first and then talk about the place and all. So yes, so this is Thrissur district. So Arikod is a place from where the fisheries department is there, and we have to take the license. Now the fish seed is brought from the Rajiv Gandhi Center for Aquaculture, and that is a government hatchery that is situated in Ernakulam. So this cage culture that started in 2019. So from 2019 in 2013, Mr. Barnabas we have received a national award. So national award as a brackish water fish farmer by the Marine Product Export Development Authority. And there were government schemes that helped in this fish culture, that is the Blue Revolution, Innovative Aquaculture System, Janagiya Kood Malsakrishi. So what is Kood Malsakrishi? Kood means cage, Malsya means fish, and Krishi means farm. So flood and then flood restoration, flood restoration, because in the 2018 floods, this place was badly hit by flood. So that is why the government even provided the flood restoration fund. So now we are moving towards the fish nursery. So before we are moving towards the fish nursery, I would just tell you about few things that the currently we have 10,000 fish here. So in the nursery, we have 10,000 fish, and each fish is of like 2 centimeter to 4 centimeter of growth. So the 2 centimeter to 4 centimeter growth has been made, and then 1 centimeter fish costs rupees 4. Light it. And total 4 centimeter, that is like rupees 4 centimeter. 4 centimeter fishes are brought here. So I will show you the place. So this is the fish nursery that I was talking about. So here we have 10,000 fish. So in these small tanks, as you can see, we have fishes of 2 centimeter to 4 centimeters of growth. And here the 1 centimeter fish costs rupees 4 rupees. 4 rupees. So the total cost, that means if we buy a fish of 4 centimeter into 4, and then that is 20 rupees. And then they have additional charges and from packing charge. So that's huge amount. That is like 25 rupees or maybe near 30 rupees for one fish. Now we even have cemented tanks. See, these are the cemented tanks. And in the cemented tanks, the other end one, they are smaller ones, and these are the bigger ones. So we have three bigger tanks. So the three bigger tanks contains 5,000 liters of water. So and actually we can put 4,000 fish in that. We have currently in this one tank we have 2,000 fish. So you must be wondering that why 2,000 fish in such a small tank, because these fishes are of only 2 centimeter to 4 centimeter. So we have to provide like aeration, oxygen, everything that they need, we provide them. Now this small tanks, this small tank contains this small tank this small tank contains 2,000 liter of water, and in the 2,000 liter of water, we have 500 fishes. So see, this is 500 fish. This is a small tank. Now, how is the feeding process done? So for the feeding, the small ones, we have starters. The starters is the palleted, the name of the feed is palleted feed, and we provide starters to the smaller ones. And once the species are grown to 2 centimeters, we increase the size of the starters, that is 0.8 mm to 2 centimeter. So that is the size of the palleted feed that we provide. Now we have like weekly these fishes grow into 1 centimeter, and then once the fishes are grown, we have to do the grading system. I'll be showing you a video in which I've clearly shown the grading system of the fishes. Now the fishes are fed 5 times in a day. So that is, see, this is how the feeding process is done. You can see. So this is how the feeding. This is the palleted feed. If you want, I can go there and I'll show you how the feeding is done. So, so this is the palleted feed. So this is the palleted feed. And once we provide these fishes, you can see, so this is how the fishes come and eat. I don't know if you're able to see, but So this is how we feed the fishes. Okay, so this is pallet feed. Pallet feed. And this is 0.88 for the 2 centimeters, 2 to 4 centimeter size of fish. Now we provide them with proper oxygen, and we need to check daily pH value of the fishes with ammonium, salinity, and weekly sorting is done. Now I'm going to show you the fish. Okay. You're able to see these are the bigger ones. Okay. See. Fine. So is it clearly visible? No, I hope it is very clearly visible. And this is Mr. Barnabas Spear, whom I was talking about, the fish farmer who got the national award. So now we would be moving towards the cage culture. And in cage culture, we have very more interesting things to see. Now, you can ask, like, because once we are once we move out of this, I'll not be come back here coming back here. So if you want to see anything, if you want to ask anything, you can ask me now. So is there anything you can write in the chat box? Nitin would be reading the questions. So let me tell you, like, the fishes from here, we bring the fishes of 2 centimeter to 4 centimeter. I told you that one fishes cost almost like 20, above 20 rupees. And once the fishes are grown to 12 centimeters, we sell those fishes. So where do we sell these fishes? We sell those fishes to the nearby fish farmers. So he is one of the fish farmer. He can take from here and can put in the bigger ones. That is in the cage culture in the Periyar River. So this is the fish nursery. So we call it as nursery because we bring these small seeds. These fishes are not called as fish. This we call it seed. So because isko hum yahan se bada karte hain, and then so that is why these are seeds. And now later, once they are grown to almost 5 kg, above 1 kg, we harvest those fishes. So and while harvesting, like once the fishes are reached 12 centimeter, one fish costs 52 rupees. So see, so that is the profit. Like we buy one fish for almost 25 rupees, and then once it has reached 12 centimeter, we sell it for 52 rupees. So this is the difference is the profit. So yes, this is all about the fish culture. And next we'll be moving towards the other spots. In case if you want to ask me anything, you people can ask me now.
I think if anyone has a question, I do have one. Like, which breeds of fish do we have there in those tanks?
Yeah, I will be telling about that. So these are sea
Analia,
bass fishes. So
sorry,
this,
I want to interrupt.
yes,
Analia, the fish that you showed us, using that net, what was the size of that fish?
that was 12 centimeter, ma'am. That was the
Okay,
bigger one.
okay. We couldn't make it out on the video. I thought it's maybe 5 to 6 centimeters.
Ha. So
So
yes, ma'am.
can
It
you
was a
can you
bigger
show
one.
us
Smaller
can
ones are
you show
little
us
bit
the
difficult.
smaller ones? Is it possible?
Smaller ones. And so I'll try. ചേച്ചി ചെറിയ മീനുകൾ എവിടെയുള്ള അവിടെ നമുക്ക് കോരാൻ പറ്റുമോ? So it will take a time. I'll try, ma'am.
No problem. If you're
Actually, the
running out
smaller
of time,
fishes
it's
are there
okay.
in this tank. Yeah, I'll try. Actually, जब हम लोग 2 centimeters से 40 meter fish को लेके आते हैं, we put them in this tank. These are fiber tanks and these are cemented tanks. Actually, ये लोग इसके अंदर है.
We can't see
इसके
anything.
अंदर.
Now I can.
These are running. हम दिख रहा है?
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
अभी ये लोग
Yes.
दौड़ रहे हैं. Yes, ma'am. So these are the smaller ones. ये एक तो यहाँ
Okay.
पे उधर-उधर दौड़ रहे हैं. यहाँ पे थोड़े ज्यादा है. Yes, ma'am.
They look more like tadpoles in this state.
Yes, ma'am. A bit more of like that. I'm so think this are fishes. Sorry, I thought I would be saying that in cage culture one. So these are sea bass. Sea bass are huge fish that they make a good profit. So that is why we grow sea bass here. And
Okay.
now I request the technical team to present a video. So that video that is about the grading system that we have to do it here. That the grading system. Just before playing that video, just a second, I need to say a few things about these things. So that is the grading system I've shown in the beginning of the video. So I'll tell you what is grading system. So once these fishes are grown from like 2 centimeter to 4 centimeter, after like 2 weeks, they are separated into different tanks. Because even if we feed, there are chances that some fishes maybe grow smaller, some may be bigger. So like that, we need to grade them into as per their size. So that is how, that is grading system. And then उसके बाद हम लोग अलग अलग tanks में उनको shift किया जाता है. And now the team can share the video. Thank you, team. So now I'm gonna show you something more interesting one. We have reached to the bank of Periyar River, and you can see lot of fish nuts here. So Nitin, can you confirm if my network is okay? Like the Wi-Fi is working properly, no? Otherwise, I can switch the network. It is clear?
Yes, it's absolutely clear.
Yeah, fine. So I'm gonna climb on one of it because this is out from my uncle's one. So I can climb up on this and show you. So these are the Chinese networks. Okay. So this is a boat. We have one similar kind of this. So I'm gonna climb on this. I'll show you something very closely, but I cannot reach there, huh? Because I don't have that much. But I am very scared about these things. Even मुझे तैरना भी नहीं आता है. तो I'm gonna climb. So this is Periyar River. यहाँ से 4 kilometer बाद we have Arabian Sea. So initially, if you remember, when the starting of the session, I showed you a river, small river, that was just in front of my house. तो वहां से वो छोटा वाला river यहाँ पे आके merge होता है. And I'm walking. यहाँ पे पकड़ने के लिए चीजें हैं. but ज़्यादा दूर नहीं जाऊंगी because I'm very scared. Okay, so yes, we have reached here. थोड़ा सा और रास्ता है. Since I don't have much experience, I will not be going. Okay, so yes, यहाँ से हम देख सकते हैं. So this is a bridge. Actually, this is Thrissur where we are standing, and that is Ernakulam district. Okay, and this is our cage culture. यहाँ से अच्छे से देख सकते हैं. So I'll tell you how this Chinese net works if you don't know. ये Chinese net अभी the thing it is अभी ऊपर है ये Chinese net. इसको नीचे करके रखा जाता है पानी के नीचे. यहाँ पे ये चीज है ना, यहाँ पे एक वेट चीज है. अभी मैं जाते वक्त एक और बार दिखा दूंगी. तो उसको सुबह आके या रात को हम लोग उसको नीचे करके रख देते हैं एंड सुबह उसको खींच के ये नेट को ऊपर किया जाता है. तो इस नेट में फिर मछलियां फंस जाती है. सो दिस इज हाउ द चाइनीज नेटवर्क वर्क. यहाँ पे लाइट सब है. सो नाउ वी आर गोइंग बैक ओके ऑफ दिस चाइनीज नेट. आई हैव टू वर्क वेरी केयरफुली. सो दिस इज व्हाट द वेट आई वाज टेलिंग. यहाँ से उसको पकड़ के खींचा जाता है. यहाँ से उसको खींच के हम लोग उसको ऊपर करते हैं. Next part, I'll show you the cage culture. Okay, so these are the cage culture. So before going there, I'll tell you about what is this cage, what are the necessary things that are required for cage culture. So I'll stand here and I'll tell you. So first thing that is required for cage culture is finding a perfect location. So how is perfect location found? That there should be good flow of water. जैसे because यहाँ पे the Arabian Sea is very close, we have good flow in the water. It should be deep. यहाँ पे it is like 7 to 8 meter depth. These iron things are very deep. So यहाँ पे 7 to 8 meter deep है. Good flow of water and यहाँ पे waste water availability नहीं है. So there should not be waste water availability. So these are the things. Now these cages are 2 meter of depth, 2 meter width, and we have 500 fish of 12 centimeter in that. So I told you that in the nursery, we grow the fish till 12 centimeter. And once the fishes are reached till 12 centimeter, we bring that here. So यहाँ पे 12 centimeter से we grow the fish to 8 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kg above anything. Okay, the fish that we presently have here is sea bass fish. So sea bass, in the video you must have seen me holding a fish that was of 3 kg. So that was from here only. It was just I shot it a few days before to make this video for this presentation only. So I'll be climbing the stairs. Okay, so I'll be showing that. So let me tell you more information. So every 2 months we need to change these nets because it can catch fungus. You can see now there are dirt. So that get caught in the net and that can create fungus and that can cause diseases to the fish. So we need to change those net every 2 months. So when we have small fish of 12 centimeter, the size of the mesh has to be very small. So once the fishes are grown to bigger size, we can change the size of the net. The net mesh can be of bigger size. Now, the next we have here 11 cages in total. That is 4 meter deep, 4 meter width, and like 3 meter deep, 4 meter breadth and length, and then 3 meter deep. And in the bigger ones, we have 1,000 fishes in one cage. So, and for cages of 4 meter breadth and 2 meter length, we have 500 fishes. Okay. So as per the size of the fish and the net and the water flow, fish get oxygen. So you must be wondering that, these are such small cages and don't the fish feel suffocated or how do they get? So the breathing of this fish, everything depends on the flow of the water because these fishes actually they move as per the current of the water. So in the morning, if this is the evening, so these waters are moving this side and now in the morning they would be moving here. So this is how the fishes get oxygen. Now for feeding. So for feeding, in the video, the last I have shown few pictures of prawns and few fish that has been cut and a few more small species. So those are the feeds for this bigger ones. For the 12 centimeters, I showed you that palleted feed. So that she was my cousin who was feeding those fish. So that was the palleted feed. Here we don't provide for the 12 centimeter for the initial 2 weeks we do provide them palleted feeds, but once they have grown we give them other things. So that was the pictures I showed you. So for 12 centimeter for 2 months we give prawns and then sardine, then arcovary, and then finleted mackerel. So these are the names of the fish. So we provide these fishes are given for the 12 centimeter fish of for 2 months, And then if I tell you that for the 1 ton fish production, we have to feed them 4,000 to 5,000 kg. So this is the feeding fish we require to produce 1 ton of fish here. Now, the one more thing that act as like feeding for these bigger ones are like once when we, these fish water current flows, the other fish that is there in the river, they get trapped in the fish, get trapped in the net. So even they also act as feeding, they also act as prey to the larger ones fish. So once in a week they are not feeded, so we don't feed them once in a week. So most probably we don't feed them Sunday or any day, so that helps them to digest everything they have eaten for 1 week. So that has to be kept in mind. And as per the warm and cold temperature of water, feeding is done. So even that depends on the human, human beings also. कभी कभी हमें थोड़ा ज़्यादा गर्मी लगता है, so हम खाना ना खाए, and कभी ठंड में ना खाए. So that also matters in for the fish. So when the water if warm or cold, अगर हम जैसे we feed, तो वो हमें देखना पड़ेगा. अगर हम मछली को खाना डाल रहे हैं, तो तुरंत ऐसी मछलियां ऊपर ऊपर आके खाना ले रही है, तो we know okay fine they are eating. But उनको अगर नहीं चाहिए होता, तो they won't come up. So that is how we determine like if they are eating or not. Now, yes, and the diseases that can be caused to these fishes are like when the agriculture water, so the agriculture water, when they enter the rivers, so they can they may be containing insecticides, pesticides, lot of things. So they can actually harm these fishes. They can create fungus. So that is why that is a major cause of disease. So now, what is the profit and expenditure for 1 kg? So for 1 kg fish, we need, like, if we are putting 1,000 fishes in 1 kg, so 80 to 90% of product, maybe like 100 fishes may be lost, they can die or anything can happen. So we get 800 fishes. So out of that 800 fish, so like they are like 1 kg and above, and maybe they can grow to 1.5 kg, yeah, 1 kg 600 grams or anything. So in one fish tank, one net, we can get 12,000 kg fishes in 10 months. So the small funds, so 1 ton rupees 30 kg feed. So I told you the pictures, like the feeding fish that we buy, we have to buy those fishes. So those fishes, they carry 30 rupees in the market. So we have to buy them from the market, and then we have to bring them and we have to feed them here. So 1 kg of sea bass. So I told you that sea bass is a very profitable fish because they have rupees, they are like 450 rupees kg. So, and 12,000 kg fish equals to, that is 5,40,000. So this is the actual income that we get. Now we can see by buying the small fishes, that is like 10,000 fishes into 50. So like almost 50,000 is taken in the buying expense. Then we have labor expense, that is 30,000. So they have to give their salary. Then maintenance cost, this net need to be changed. So this maintenance cost, and then finally the profit. So yes, so we can, like, from one net, that is I'm like talking about just one net, we can get 3,15,000. So we have 11 nets here. So the profit is good, but yes, you need to take good hard work. Now I'm gonna very carefully climb on these things. Okay, so I need to hold the camera properly. Last time जब मैं वीडियो बनाने के लिए इसके ऊपर चढ़ी थी, that was also very scary. And all the more I don't climb here. अगर जिन लोग को चढ़ चढ़ के आदत हो गया है, they don't have any problem. But मेरे जैसे लोगों को थोड़ी दिक्कत है. चढ़ते वक्त ये थोड़ा नीचे हो जाता है. So yes, this is the things. Okay. अभी हम खाना देने वाले हैं इनको. हाँ. See, चढ़ चढ़ के जैसे कैसे वो लोग खा रहे हैं. मतलब वो लोगों को बहुत लगी है. अभी उनके सीजन में उनको खाना चाहिए. तो हम लोग उनको अभी सार्डाइन्स फिश दे रहे हैं, एंड ये लोग खा रहे हैं. So these are bigger ones. काफी बड़े फिशेस है ये. मेरे ऊपर भी पानी गिर रहा है एक्चुअली. हाँ. I hope you can see ना. वैसे हम मछली को नहीं देख पाएंगे, बट ये जो ऊपर ऊपर कुछ कुछ चीजें आ रही है. So yes.
Analia, I want to interrupt.
So
We do have few questions.
हाँ. Yeah, fine. Ask.
Global ma'am is asking that for how many months do you keep the fish in these cages before harvesting?
10 months. So till 10 months, it takes 10 months for the fishes to grow to 8 to 10 months to grow the fishes to like 1 kg, 1.5 kg, 2 kg. So in some fishes, maybe like if we keep it for longer period, they can grow to any size. This actually the sea bass fishes, they can grow to a huge size of 20 to 25 kg. That are like huge fishes. But now in the cage culture, because we harvest them in 8 to 10 months, they are almost like 3 kg to 4 kg, like maximum 3 kg, 3.5 kg. So anything. These are the time.
Uh, there is another
These
question.
fishes are of I think 7 to 8 months. Mhm.
There is another question I would like to read. It's by Miss Prasanna. She is asking, this is like hydroponics for fish. Does the value of cage culture come from the fish growing mostly natural, running water conditions? And are the Chinese nets still preferred for fishing, or is it a smaller scale, local cottage industry level of fishing?
Okay. So I would like to answer the first part that these fishes are healthy because they are given the natural environment. Because see, this is a huge Periyar river. Just because they are in the cage, they get they get all the environment of the water. The water keep changing according to the water currents, according to the season. So the temperature the fish get, they get according to the season and everything. So these fishes are very healthy. So the just being in the cage does not change the growth or the quality of the fish. These Chinese net, I'll tell you, these Chinese net are still very profitable because every owner, like single person, it's not that big, one person only has one Chinese net. Then he may be having 5 to 6 or maybe 10 or anything. So this place is a very aquaculture related place. So everyone is having like these Chinese nets are very common. If you can see everywhere, you can see Chinese nets. If I can show you, so these are still profitable because yes, अगर हम 4 बार पानी को ये पानी के नीचे करके निकालते हैं तो मे बी 5 kg मछली तो हमें मिल जाता है. So 5 kg मछली if we sell in the market of different time, that do provide good income. तो उसके बाद income, just because sustaining on this Chinese net wala question ka answer is that most of the people here, this is a very developed place. So most of the fisher here, they have greater business like this. This is a fish culture, like this is a huge business. उसके साथ साथ जो Chinese fish के साथ करते हैं, they sell, they export. So along with that, only surviving on a Chinese net may be very difficult. So see, these are the fishes, sea bass, big fishes, जो अभी पकड़ के आप लोगों के लिए करा जा रहा है. आई विल बी आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चन हाँ, क्योंकि हमें यहाँ से बाहर निकलना है. मत कोई कट है. हाँ, so yes, just a second, I need to get out of this. उसके बाद I will answer. I hope the fish was quite visible, right?
Yeah, these are huge fishes.
Yeah, just a second, I need to climb there back. Fine. So I'll answer that question. So yes, surviving on a Chinese net completely is a bit difficult task because कभी-कभी मछलियां मिल जाती है, कभी-कभी मछलियां नहीं मिलती है. तो सिंगल फिश नेट से तो हम चाइनीज नेट से कर पाए सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकते. बट येस, देयर आर स्टिल पुअर फैमिलीज हु सर्वाइव ऑन दिस फिश नेट्स एंड ऑल. बट येस, जो थोड़े से हाईटेक फैमिलीज है, जो इनके पास चाइनीज नेट्स भी होंगे, दे मे बी हैविंग अनदर बिजनेस आल्सो. So likewise ये Chinese net पे चलता है. But ये ancient तरीके से, if I talk about, like I'll be telling you about the ancient culture of this place. So you will be finding very interesting that ये यहाँ के जो लोग हैं, they are like still holding their culture, ancient practices. तो ये Chinese net सब जहाँ पे river है in Kerala, you will see people holding Chinese net. Even कभी-कभी हम लोग जब अपने vacation से, हम लोग अभी यहाँ से जाने वाले, okay, next place की तरफ, तो कभी-कभी हम लोग आ जाते हैं मछली पकड़ने के लिए. तो ये मछली पकड़ना, मछली के साथ रहना, दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ लिविंग भी कह सकते हैं, एंटरटेनमेंट भी कहते हैं, अ स्मॉल इनकम भी कह सकते हैं. यस, एनीथिंग एल्स?
Yes, there are a few more questions. Himanshika is asking, how long does it take for a fish to grow to a marketable size? I think that has been answered. It's 10 months.
Yeah, I've answered it.
Yes. And then again, Miss Prasanna is asking, often fish in tanks are not very healthy over a period of time as they cannot move around naturally. How is it for caged fish? Although I assume the running water conditions support healthier catch. You spoke about the same also. Okay.
What was the last word? I didn't get it clearly.
She
Let's
has said,
talk about.
she has said that how is the case for caged fish, because often the fishes which are in the tanks are not very healthy over a period of time because of not being able to move freely. So,
Mhm. See, the thing is that the smaller fish they don't move much. Even if we put them in a big river, yes, the big river ones and the ones in the cage difference, they would be different. But once we buy from the fish that fishes that we buy from the market, and the culture they are mostly done in a culture like some kind of cage culture or fish harvesting, something like that. The taste of the fish, this taste of the fish that actually does not affect much because of the natural environment. The 12 centimeter, the smaller ones, 2 centimeter to 12 centimeter ones, because we provide them with good feed. So the pallet feeds that we provide, it gives them enough nutrition and even calcium or anything that is fish required. And the atmosphere of the river. But yes, the fishes that we grow in these rivers, I'll show you another river. We are going to climb this bridge. So this river, if we catch a fish from this river and if we catch from the fiber tanks one, there would be some difference. But then, as considering an economy of cage culture or fish farming, we have to give them enough atmosphere. We do give them with enough atmosphere, and that is how the farming is done. So, if I have any other questions, I would like to take it a bit later because यहाँ पे काफी noise है. I'll show you a church. Okay. So हम लोग अभी इस river पे है. And यहाँ पे actually festival हो रहा था church में, and this is a church. So I don't know if I'll be allowed to go inside the church. So just pardon me. I'll answer the questions later. I need to cross this road. Okay, so that is why. This is very interesting. See, यहाँ पे river है. River के just सामने यहाँ पे church है. And church में actually festivals सब चल रहे हैं. So यहाँ पे actually काफी लोग हैं. Actually यहाँ पे ना होली मत start होने वाली है. So I don't know if I can go inside the church. This is the church. If रख दो टोमेटो. वही तो तेरे को. If you want, I can take you inside the church. अगर किसी ने church नहीं देखना हो तो अभी होली मत start नहीं हुआ है, but मुझे चप्पल उतारना पड़ेगा. So just a second, okay? So अभी मैं चर्च के बाहर आ गई हूँ. So let me wear my चप्पल. अभी हम next spot पे जाने वाले. ठंड उतरा मेरी. I hope that was enough, okay? Just the interior of the church.
yes,
अभी मैं
that
चीज
was
जो
a
दिखाने वाली हूँ, या जस्ट अ सेकंड, अभी मैं ये जो चीज दिखाने वाली हूँ इसको सब लोग नोट करके अच्छे से देख लो. आई वुड बी शोइंग यू अ स्टोरी अबाउट दिस. ओके, दैट इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी बिकॉज वी हैव अ लॉन्ग वे टू वॉक. ओके, तो ये चीज अभी देख लो अच्छे से, उसके बाद मैं रास्ते में कहानी बताती हूँ. फाइन. Okay.
Analia, I can also notice how clean your place is, unlike what we get to see in most of North India.
yes, absolutely, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. यहाँ पे कोई कचरा फेंकता नहीं है. Literally, even we don't. अगर हम वहाँ पे like यहाँ पे no one throws anything यहाँ पे रास्ते में भी. And यहाँ पे झाड़ू करना सुबह, that ancient practices. औरतों को सुबह सुबह उठ के that broom से झाड़ू करना. Those things are here. And when पत्ते भी गिर जाते हैं तो उसको भी साफ करना. So this was the bridge जो हमने वहां से देखा था. And यहाँ पे one interesting thing I'm gonna show you. ये जो रिवर था ना, यहाँ से जो जो छोटा वाला हम चढ़े थे, वो वाला रिवर जो स्टार्टिंग में मैं घर के सामने से मैं जो दिखाया था, दैट इज द सेम ब्रांच. एंड द अदर वन केज कल्चर के ऊपर जिसके मैं चढ़ के दिखाई थी, दैट वाज दैट ब्रांच वाज देयर. अभी 3 ब्रांचेस उधर से भी आके यहाँ पे एक जगह ज्वाइन होने वाला है. आई शो यू दिस प्लेस. So before this bridge was made when I was in 3rd or 4th class. यहाँ पे ferry system होता था. So this was that spot. यहाँ पे cage का, यहाँ पे भी देखो, there are so many fish. I'll show you. So we used to wait here. यहाँ पे ferry आता था. and we used to go to the next place. So this is that place, and यहाँ पे we have another fish tank. This is also ours. So यहाँ पे अभी पर कोई नहीं है. Okay. So yes. Now this is a archaeological place. और रास्ते में अभी 3 जगह और है, but this is one. This is Kanai Bhavan. I'll tell you what is Kanai. Okay. यहाँ पे धूप के कारण अच्छे से दिखाई नहीं. Actually वहाँ पे ना no one is allowed to go inside. So yes, this is a construction that has been made. I'll tell you the story about this now. Who is Kanai Toman, Kanai Bhavan, about these? Yeah, actually these things are made a long back. The story is from 4th century. So from the 4th century, Thomas of Cana, you must have heard about Jesus converting water into wine in a wedding. If you have seen, like if anyone has read the stories and all.
Yes,
So
the
once
red
that
wine.
is a place, yeah. So that is a place, Cana in Romans, Syrian. So a man called Thomas. So he came from Cana. So he was a Syrian merchant who arrived in this place. This place, if I tell you about the ancient history of the place, it's a huge story. I will be telling you. So क्योंकि वो रास्ते पे वो वो चीज आ गया, so I'll be telling that story first. So this he came to this Kodungalur in 345 century and 811 century. So Thomas brought with him, he brought 72 Jewish Christian families and clergymen from Persian Mesopotamia. So these Kanai Catholics, they are a group of Christians, but like I am Latin Catholic, we have Roman Catholic, we have Syro Malabar, we have Syro Malagra, we have different categories like that. So this Kanai Christians, they are believed to be the direct descendants of Christ. They are Jewish. So also, so one's construction that we saw there, and the other one is this. This is also a Kanai thing, but this is, I think, the Syrian Kanai, the Syrian group of people. They had made this, and it is believed that the Kanai Toma died here. तो उस जहाँ पे मैंने स्टार्टिंग में when मैं चर्च में गई थी एंड मैंने आपको बोला था कि ये चीज को नोट करके रख लेना, that is believed to have the place where he was buried. तो यहाँ पे it is said that the previous place was very buried, पर later वहां से उसके remains को लेके उस चर्च के वहां पे रख दिया है. So these Kanai people, इनकी speciality क्या है कि they believe that they are of pure bloodline. That is, they are the original Jewish people. So these Syrian Jewish are descendants of early Christians. And that is why they have strict tradition. They don't marry with any other people, like any people of any other community. That is, the Kanai Christian don't marry with Latin Christians and Roman Christians, anyone. They are like very close with their society. And
They're
they believe, can you hear me?
yes, I said
Kind of.
they are endogamous.
They are.
Are they endogamous?
No, nothing like that. No, but now the society has actually progressed a lot after a long time. But still, yes, थोड़े बहुत लोग हैं who still don't believe in this. Now I'm going to tell you about the history of this place. Actually, I didn't expect it to be मैं इतना ज्यादा बोलूंगी. I thought मैं पहले ही ये सब बोलना स्टार्ट करूंगी, but explain करते करते यहाँ तक पहुंच गई. And now I'm going to show you an archaeological place. यहाँ पे पहले जब था तो हमें यहाँ पे टिकट नहीं लेना पड़ता था. आई यूज टू हम लोग ऐसे ही घर से आ जाते थे विथ माय कजिन्स. वी यूज टू ब्रिंग बनाना चिप्स along with us and we used to sit here and eat, enjoy the view. But यहाँ पे recently this place has been identified as archaeological site of India. So इसके वजह से यहाँ पे 10 rupees टिकट करना पड़ता है. So yes, so वहाँ पे I've come with my mother, aunt and also they are taking tickets. I'll be going inside. यहाँ पे काफी अच्छा व्यू है एंड आई टेल यू दिस इज अ टूरिस्ट प्लेस. यहाँ पे बोटिंग होता है, शिपिंग सब कराते हैं, पैकेजेस होते हैं. आई थिंक 800 या 500 रुपीज होता टिकट लगता है. ओके यहाँ पे बहुत गहरा है एक्चुअली. दिस इज अगेन अनदर प्लेस. यहाँ पे ना दिस द एवरीथिंग इज आइलैंड. द प्लेस वेयर आई इनिशियली स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग ना दैट वाज एन आइलैंड. जो सामने दिख रहा है दैट इज एन आइलैंड. that is an island, this is an island. So यहाँ पे ऐसे ऐसे bridges है to play to grow from one place to another. And this place was badly affected by 2018 flood क्योंकि water level rise. And वहाँ पे the plus point was that everyone knew कि flood आएगा तो बचने का chances बहुत है. So people went to rescue camps and all. So that was क्योंकि बाकी जगह के लोगों को इतना नहीं पता था कि हमारे यहाँ पानी आएंगे, but यहाँ पे everyone knew कि बचने के लिए कोई जगह नहीं बचा. So let me tell you about my place now. The, so I didn't tell you about that because initially हम लोगों को वहां से आना था. Now this place is Kodungallur district, Kodungallur town in Thrissur district of Kerala. And now let me tell you that this river where we are standing, this is 4 kilometers away from Arabian Sea. Now it is 29 kilometers north of Kochi, and by it is connected by NH66. So in the ancient time, it was a port city. यहाँ पे ships आते थे. I'll tell you that story later. अभी आगे आगे जाते जाते. Now यहाँ पे naval fleets की entry होती है. For now the Cortapuram. So this place where we are standing, this place is called as Cortapuram. Cortapuram, Kota means fort, Puram means place. That is in the Malayalam. So why this is called as we are entering to the archaeological place? Okay. ऊपर चढ़ने से पहले I will be covering all these information. उसके बाद ही हम ऊपर चढ़ेंगे. So why this is called as Cortapuram? Because यहाँ पे ऐसे काफी सारे forts के remnants मिले हैं. So that is why this place is called this land of forts, the place of forts. इसीलिए यहाँ पे इसको Cortapuram बोला जाता है. And in the 1501, Portugal started to build large forts here, and were many ruined due to local and war against the colonization occupation. So this fort otherwise ये काफी अच्छे से flourished होके रहता, but ये British बीच बीच में wars होने के कारण this was a complete place. यहाँ पे Dutch आए हैं, Portuguese आए हैं. So that is why छोटे मोटे war के कारण now we only have such ऐसे ऐसे सिर्फ bridges, buildings के बाकी चीजें ही हैं. Okay. Now this is an like now I'll tell you this entire Kodungalur town I told you anciently इसको मुसरीज के नाम से जाना जाता था. So why मुसरीज? यहाँ पे in the story of Musri starts from early 3000 BC, where Babylonians, Assyrians, and Egyptians came to Malabar coast in search of spices. So yes, यहाँ के spices बहुत famous थे. Everyone will be knowing like Kerala के spices काफी जाने जाते थे. तो वैसे ही this place, this Cortapuram, was a center of attraction in the world trade also. Now, later these Middle East groups were joined by Arabs and Phoenicians, and gradually Musris in Kodungalur entered into the cartography of world trade. Then onwards, Musris holds the key to a good chunk of Kerala's ancient history, and now the ancient trade route. यहाँ की खासियत क्या है? कोडुंगलूर में और भी चीजें हैं. यहाँ इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट की सबसे पुरानी mosque, Muslim mosque, that is in the Kodungalur, that is known as Cheraman Zuma Masjid. So I actually wanted to show you a picture of that, but मैं वहाँ पे जा नहीं पाई, and तो इसके वजह से मैं Cheraman Zuma Masjid का photo नहीं ला पाई. Maybe I'll put that in the group or something. And यहाँ पे there is a temple, Kodungalur temple, that is also a major attraction for everyone. That is the head of 64 Bhadragali temples. So that is again an attraction. यहाँ पे काफी festivals होते हैं वहाँ. Now, यहाँ की एक mythology that I recently came to know, that Musris was a port city among the earliest of its kinds in the world. Since a spice city to the ancient reporters, Musris was known as Murachipattanam. So in Ramayana, Murachipattanam is a place where Sugriva, one of the monkey king sloths, screwed through while looking for the abundant Sita. तो ये मुझे अभी पता चला that this is actually यहाँ पे रामायण से भी related stories है. So I'll tell you that the location the Portuguese have taken to construct a fort was कि यहाँ पे पूरे वहां से काफी सारे रिवर्स का मर्ज होता है. वहां से भी एक ब्रांच आता है उस एरिया से, यहाँ से एक अलग ब्रांच आता है और सामने से एक ब्रांच आता है. सो लाइकवाइज हम यहाँ से अरेबियन सी से उन लोगों को उनके ट्रेड सारी चीजों के लिए वेपन्स, यहाँ पे माना जाता है कि यहाँ पे दे हैड ह्यूज गैरिसन ग्राउंड्स, weapon places and all. So that is why this place has been chosen. Now I'll be telling more about this place. So when Kerala established itself as a major center for spice, it was ancient port of Musri that emerged as its hub, only because it was close to the sea. Now, it is said in the Sangam literature that the Roman ships coming to Musri's laden with gold to be exchanged for pepper. According to the 1st century, the annals of Pliny the Elder and the author of Periplus of the Eridan Sea, Musris could be reached in 14 days from the Red Sea ports in Egypt and Kos, purely depending on the monsoon winds. So that was a huge thing, that depending on the monsoon things. But that यहाँ पे it is not recent की बात नहीं है, ये 1341 सेंचुरी की बात है, that अगर monsoon winds यहाँ की डायरेक्शन में है तो हम इजिप्ट से 14 दिन में यहाँ इस प्लेस पे पहुंच सकते हैं. एंड यहाँ का जो मार्केट है, द कोटापुरम मार्केट, दैट वाज अ फेमस मार्केट इन ऑल ओवर द प्लेस बिकॉज इट प्रोवाइडेड एज अ मेजर ट्रेडिंग सेंटर. वहां से चीजों को एक्सपोर्ट किया जाता था. एंड दिस फोर्ट वाज यूज्ड फॉर दैट. Now, but 1341 में the profile of the water bodies in the Periyar River basin on the Malabar coast underwent a major transformation, and Musris dropped off the map due to flood and earthquake. So इसके वजह से क्या हुआ कि the basin level of the river it rised, और इसके वजह से बड़े-बड़े ships they could not reach here. So that is why this place was then not जैसे पहले वर्ल्ड ट्राइड में लोकेशन recognition था, वहां से हट गया. However, remnants of the spot and elsewhere glory still remains as an eventful past. Now, this heritage site, इसको नाम दिया जाता है मुसरीज हेरिटेज प्रोजेक्ट. सो मुसरीज हेरिटेज प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर कुछ सालों पहले आई टोल्ड यू कि हम लोग बहुत व्हेन आई वाज स्मॉलर हम ऐसे ही यहाँ पे चिप्स सब लेके आ जाते थे. But later it was identified as an archaeological place by the Musri's Heritage Project. And उसके बाद क्या हुआ कि यहाँ पे renovations होने लगे. So this place यहाँ पे excavations करके उन लोगों को पोट्री मिला, एक skeleton मिला. I'll be showing you that skeleton. वहाँ पे अभी भी वो skeleton है. So ये सारी चीजें मिली तो इसकी importance बढ़ गई. Now Musri's conservation production के अंदर और भी काफी सारी चीजें हैं. लाइक यहाँ के अलावा और भी कोटापुरम में जगह है जहाँ पे इन लोगों ने एक्सकवेशंस करा एंड उनको ये सब सारी चीजें मिली. बट दिस प्लेस इज एक्चुअली नाउ टूरिज्म प्लेस. तो यहाँ पे हमारे अलावा और भी लोग आए हैं. यहाँ पे वेडिंग फोटोग्राफीज होती है, वीडियोज होते हैं. तो लाइक दिस बिकॉज इट हैज गुड सीनिक ब्यूटी. तो यहाँ पे फोटो सब लेने के लिए काफी लोग आ जाते हैं. तो यहाँ पे एक्सकवेशंस करके वी हैव गॉट ह्यूमन स्केलेटन, we have got Chinese coins, we have got Chinese inscriptions, the pieces of decorated porcelain, West Arabian pot pieces, iron nails, and bullet stone beads, and 17th century Dutch coins and tiles. So now we have come to one end of this fort. So this was the information that I had to tell you about this Musri's thing. और भी काफी चीजें बोलनी है वो मैं ऊपर जाके बोलूंगी. यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ से एक्चुअली ये काफी पहले एक स्टेप हुआ करता था. तो अर्लियर पहले ये जगह आइडेंटिफाई ये ऐसे नहीं था, ऐसे ये चीजें ये रास्ता नहीं बनाया था. तो हम लोग ऊपर से चढ़ के यहाँ से हम नीचे उतरते थे, पानी में उतरते थे. बट अभी मैं पानी में नहीं उतरूंगी, काफी गंदा है वहाँ पे. तो ये है, वहां से स्टेप आता है एंड हम ऐसे उतर के नीचे जाया करते थे. ओके, नाउ वी विल बी मूविंग अबाउ. थोड़ा सा हम ऊपर जाएंगे and I will be telling you about the archaeology of this place, the archaeology of this fort. So this fort, just a second. Okay. This fort was built in a European style of architecture and with large laterite soil, sea rocks, granite stones, liquefied limestones, and this place was chosen because this is an adjoining place with Arabian Sea, and this was used as a big weapon house. यहाँ पे actually अभी काफी कम buildings अब बचा हो. तो it is said that ये पूरा weapon house था, क्योंकि and यहाँ पे copper potteries इन सब चीजों के अंदर से मिला है. So I'll be taking you there. Now the major
Nadia,
part of
turn
the
the
fort is
camera towards the fort now for a moment, like the remnants of
This
this
one.
fort on your right.
right. ये वाला.
This structure, yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
हम एक्चुअली अभी ये सब देख के हमें पता नहीं चलेगा कि ये बिल्डिंग का कौन सा चीज था. यहाँ पे किंग्स एंड क्वींस भी रहते थे. काफी सारी चीजें थी। तो अभी बिकॉज कुछ अता पता है नहीं इन लोगों के बारे में, क्योंकि ये एक्चुअली ये टिप्पू सुल्तान लोगों ने आके ही पूरा खराब कर दिया था। दिस वाज अ ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस, अगर वो लोग आके खराब नहीं करते तो नाउ यहाँ पे इट वाज इजी टू ट्रैवल टू मैंगलोर, कैलिकट, कोचिन एंड तिरुवनंतपुरम, and this was a big market for spice and vegetables. The Cortapuram market I have told you, that is just I think 2 kilometers away from here. So that market was a huge place for spice and vegetables. The Cortapuram Fort is also ruined many times with the Dutch and Indian rulers like Tipu Sultan of Mysore and the Travancore kings. This fort was occupied by the Dutch in the year 1663 and its control for more than 2 centuries. The Portuguese also built many residential buildings and worship place surrounding the fort area. I got tired. Well, I'll tell you now the interesting thing. Am I going very fast, ma'am?
No, Analia, you
Actually-
can take a breath. It's okay. You can just show us the structures around and go back to your
Yes,
home and
ma'am.
speak if you are feeling very tired. That's okay.
No, ma'am. Actually, now I am holding a phone, Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
and then this paper. So
Oh,
that,
you're
and I have to
carrying
speak.
your Wi-Fi with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
That portable one. So this is a
Uh-huh.
piece of building. Now यहाँ पे काफी बड़ा जगह था, यहाँ पे मना किया हुआ चढ़ने को, but I'll still climb. मैं काफी बार चढ़ चुकी हूँ वैसे। तो अभी आप लोगों को मैं एक चीज दिखाऊंगी, that is a major attraction of this thing. स्केलेटन वहां पे है, उसके बाद हम स्केलेटन के पास जाएंगे. This steps, see the buildings, like ये सब काफी स्ट्रांगली अभी भी है. एक्चुअली पता है, इट वाज लाइक अ ह्यूज पाइल ऑफ काइंड ऑफ माउंटेन हियर, ये एक्सकेवेशन होने से पहले. तो वी यूज्ड टू क्लाइंब हियर, काफी सारी जड़ी बूटियां ये सब थी. आई डोंट नो व्हाट इट वाज, मे बी अ प्लेस टू कीप द वेपन. यहाँ पे थोड़ा गहरा है.
Analia, gold नहीं मिला तुम्हें?
मैम कॉपर ही मिला इन लोगों को, गोल्ड के बारे में. गोल्ड कॉइंस वहां पे कहीं लिखा था पर मैंने नहीं लिखा. अच्छा,
No, I
I'll tell
thought
you
as a
this
child
thing.
when you came to excavate or play, maybe you
No,
landed
ma'am.
with some gold.
ऐसा मुझे कुछ नहीं मिला. So I'll tell you what this is. यहाँ पे माना जाता है कि ये एक गुफा है, अंडरग्राउंड वे है टू द कोटापुरम मार्केट. तो यहाँ से इजी था उन लोगों को लेके जाना. और यहाँ पे दो स्टोरीज यहाँ पे प्रिविलेंट है. ये एक्चुअली अभी ये मिट्टी से हम ही लोगों ने बंद करा हुआ है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे गाय सब घुस के अंदर फंस गई थी. ये काफी अंदर को जाता है. द वे वी केम, नो मैम, दैट उस रास्ते तक जाता है ये. तो अभी यहाँ पे इसको बंद करा गया. ये जो बिल्डिंग, ये वाला वॉल हमने बनाया है, ये पहले से नहीं था ये वाला. But rest these things were there. ये तो it is like that. तो ये गुफा अंडरग्राउंड रास्ता बना गया है. दो स्टोरीज यहाँ पे प्रिवलेंट है कि दिस थिंग, वन इज दैट कि यहाँ से कोटापुरम मार्केट में जाते हैं, एंड द अदर वन दैट हमें कोई एविडेंस नहीं है दैट यहाँ से द नेक्स्ट प्लेस जो रिवर मैंने लिखा है ना, रिवर, तो उस प्लेस तक लेके जाने के लिए टिप्पू सुल्तान को सीक्रेटली वेपन सब यहाँ से चोरी करने के लिए ये चीज बना था. बट वी डोंट हैव लाइक एविडेंस, क्योंकि ये रिवर के नीचे किसी ने नहीं देखा है, एंड वी कैन नॉट बिलीव आल्सो कि रैंडमली कि यहाँ से. सो यहाँ से वो जो गुफा ऐसे जाता है अंदर, इसके अंदर है वो रास्ता. सो दीस आर द हीप. यहाँ तक एक्सकवेशन उसका करा नहीं है. आई थिंक यहाँ तक था, बट सम एनिमल गॉट स्टक, देन फिर लेटर दैट वाज क्लोज्ड. ना वहाँ पे वो जो ब्लैक चीज दिख रहा है, दैट इज द स्केलेटन. सो दैट स्केलेटन वाज ऑफ एन इंग्लिशमैन इन द 15th सेंचुरी हु केम हियर, एंड उसका अभी भी स्केलेटन इन लोगों को मिला. और यहाँ के जो पोर्ट्रीज और ये सब जो मिला है, दैट इज टेकन टू एन अनदर म्यूजियम इन कोटापुरम. दैट इज वहाँ पे एक और फोर्ट है, तो उसके भी चीजें मिली है, एंड फिर ये मिला है. ये काफी, कैन यू सी? Yeah. So this is the skeleton I was talking about. तो I told you कि हमें और रिवर के नीचे अंडरग्राउंड रास्ते का कोई एविडेंस नहीं मिला है. तो वी अज्यूम कि यहाँ का रास्ता सिर्फ मार्केट प्लेस तक ही है अंडरग्राउंड जाने के लिए. and this to be a weapon place, garrison ground, some of the things. So this is all about this fort. Abhi, you can ask me questions. और if in case if कहीं कुछ parts आप लोगों को अच्छे से देखना है तो I will show you यहाँ पे.
There are questions. Actually, I think we all agree the place has a very intriguing landscape and a history also. And Analia has very nicely took us through all that trek, and especially the skeleton thing was like we didn't like. I think I personally did not expect we will be seeing the skeleton like for real. So that was something unexpected. We have a question here from Dr. Raman sir. He has asked that during tidal fluctuation and storm rises, what type of impact is observed on the cage culture?
In these fishes when the tide rises and during the storm, okay, so the smaller ones there are chances that they may die, the bigger ones they do survive, but still when the storm and all, since they are in the cage they cannot move out. Most of the fishes they are safe, but yes, with the if the sudden changes of the tide if they cause disturbance, we actually had a lot of losses in between in the fishes, like the maybe that some fishes died in between. So, 1,000 fishes, if we are putting in one cage, there are chances that we may only get 800 to 900. Somehow, this 100 to 200 fishes, they will die. So, these are the fluctuations, and the stronger ones, they survive. So, this happens everywhere. Like in the storms, in the tides, or maybe the sudden change of water currents, we do lose some fish. So, the things, the fishes that can survive, they do survive. The other ones, they die.
Analia, what's that smaller structure in front of the ruins right behind you?
This one.
Behind
Behind
you.
me.
Yeah.
That one.
That smaller structure, yeah.
That is just a पेड़ का थोड़ा सा.
Okay.
This is a, I don't know why they have made it like this, but वहाँ पे लिखा है कि don't touch, पर मैंने भी touch कर लिया. It is written कि दिल तोड़ रहे means don't touch. And this was this is complete notice that you are under the यहाँ पे provisions, यहाँ पे fine लगता है अगर तुम चढ़ते हो कुछ करते हो तो, but मैं हर बार आके चढ़ती हूँ.
So I think
Yes.
in that case, Analia's courage also has to be praised for that. So we are open to questions. We request our respectable teachers and all the audience, if they have any questions, they can put in the chat box, and teachers may kindly ask by unmuting themselves. And if they wish, please share your insights and reviews and remarks on the session. The dais is open to everyone.
This is the only way left उस step तक जाने के लिए. ये भी हम ही लोगों ने बनाया.
Can I speak, Nitin?
Yes, ma'am.
Please, ma'am.
Yeah, and earlier, actually, I don't have any question. It's just that I simply loved the way you have narrated the entire story, and then you have taken us through the bank of Peria River, and then this fish culture, aquaphonic, and so entire thing. I loved it, and I always wanted to see in real. But it was not real, but it was a virtual tour to us. And it was actually absolutely a treat to us, in fact. And the way you have narrated it is very nice. Actually, I have learned a lot through what you have narrated and then the visuals you have shown to us. So it was also a learning experience for me also. So I really loved it, the way you have done everything and you have explained everything. So you have that seeds of good teacher. You can be a very good teacher in future.
Thank you, ma'am. But I feel sleepy while teaching. I
think
don't know.
we
मुझे
can
खुद
take it.
पढ़ाते नींद आती है. I
नहीं,
don't know
but
about that,
आपने
but
बहुत
thank
अच्छे
you for
से बोला
recommending.
and बहुत अच्छे से explain किया है चीजों को, and it was all almost like वो जो बहुत बार हम YouTube पे videos देखते हैं about
हाँ, yes.
travelogue and all, no, so it was almost like I was getting that kind of experience. So I totally loved it, the way you have explained everything, no, so I liked it very much. So that's all from my side.
I think
Yeah,
we
thank
all agree on
you
that,
so much,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah. This time we must have mentioned this in the beginning that usually we have guests from outside. This time it was a bit unconventional and offbeat. While it was a very innovative session that Analia postulated. She is the concept builder of this, and she made it very interactive also. And no doubt it was like, I think I will give it a 10 on 10. We have a question.
Yeah.
Suvrit has asked that to which kingdom or ruler do the mounds of that ruins of the fort belong? Do we have any
Okay,
information about
so
it?
yeah, we have information that actually this fort, it was built by the Portuguese. So Portuguese people, they brought some slaves from their place, and also the tribal people of Cortapuram. I don't know what kind of tribes they lived. Maybe the lower community of the Christians only, because this place is highly dominated by Christians. So maybe they we have like it was written somewhere that it was built by the slaves of the Portuguese, and then the Portugals took it. Later this fort was given to the Travancore kings. Travancore kings, they were the ones who had the kingdom in this southern part of Kerala, southern part of Kodungalur. So the Travancore Empire. So they had this. They were having this court. Later, it was given to the government after the colonies were removed from our country. So later, it went to the government of India. So like it was a place in our state only. But yes, we have evidences of like many people capturing these places, from Portuguese to Dutch to Tipu Sultan to then from then again to these Travancore kings. So we have a huge history of people possessing this fort. This actually this fort got lost of destroyed many times, but yes, these are the only things left. So this was the way that we came. I've shown you from here, and I have come this way. यहाँ पे the interesting thing is, like, if I someday if I get to bring some of you here, I will take you to यहाँ से trip. We have यहाँ पे Musri's heritage site. This is a tourist place, and Musri's heritage site पे यहाँ पे boat से लोगों को यहाँ से लेके they take you there. They take you there. So everywhere यहाँ पे traveling, like what we call that, ship के through, small ferries के through लेके जाते हैं. But currently it is your bad luck कि हमसे एक भी नहीं दिख रहा दिखाने के लिए. But small boats I have shown you there. But यहाँ पे, so yes, this is वो मुसरिस जो हेरिटेज साइट है, यहाँ से थोड़ा सा और जाना पड़ता है. But that is an interesting sight to see. यहाँ से लेके जाना, like उस ship के अंदर. That is the one I told you that यहाँ पे 500 to 800 लगता है उसका ticket. But then they take you to every place, and that is a lifelong memory and a beautiful experience if you can someday get a chance to visit.
Absolutely. In fact, we have also observed that the Keralites have maintained the vicinity of the river very clean, and also the places. But when we like came close to the river here, we see that the tourists are actually adding menace to the landscape.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is
Yeah,
also
exactly. But
that is
otherwise, the local people here, they don't throw any garbage here. These people,
yes,
one thing that I have to mention, that the people of Kerala, they do take care of their environment very neatly. We have come to many times we have come here, but we have never thrown a garbage here. The same, but yes, people from outside they come here, and maybe that has caused. But यहाँ पे servants को रखा गया है, peons and those people को clean करने के लिए. But every household, if you see the उसके घर के आसपास का area, सब कुछ these people take care very nicely. So that is a quality that I've seen when I come to Kerala every time, that everywhere you see it like neat and clean hota है. That we cannot see anywhere in our country. I've not seen it anywhere in my country. Because if I come from Uttar Pradesh to Kerala, there is a huge difference. Delhi to Kerala, there is a huge difference. बस this is also यहाँ पे one thing is that यहाँ पे अगर किसी ने घर बनाया चारों तरफ 4 पेड़ लगा दिए. So yes, that this greenery na it is eternal. These trees, they may be like more than 500-year old tree. That the big one. It is
Wow.
written there. I can go there. So that is how like people have maintained everything. So यहाँ पे and just in the lockdown जैसे ही 2 साल start हुआ है, people have shifted to gardening. इसकी वजह से everywhere you will see there are a lot of variety of plants, trees. So this 2 years there has been a lot of progress in the gardening sector in my place. I can honestly say that.
It is very beautiful, actually.
Yeah, I'm
Do we have
going
any
to
more
that.
questions from the
I'm going
audience
to
or
that
any
place. Okay.
any remarks
Actually,
whatsoever?
earlier this place was not like this. ये जो रास्ता था, it was not like this. तो यहाँ पे क्योंकि अभी ये this place has been newly made, ये पौधे सब नए लगाए हैं, तो they are taking 10 rupees charge. Otherwise free में आ जाते. And one more thing is that once I came here, I didn't take charge. क्योंकि यहाँ के जो opposite लोग हैं, the locals of people, they don't take charge. But मुझे देखे, I told them नहीं, I told them I'm local only. They were like, no, you don't look like a local, and I had to pay them 10 rupees. Then I had a cousin with me. She wore like ऐसे घर के कपड़े and she came with me. So I was like, okay, 5 रुपए देके हम लोग अंदर आ गए थे. So yes, this was the oldest tree I told you. It is red cotton tree. My screen is stuck.
Yes,
That
we
is what.
can't see the tree.
Okay, okay.
Now it is visible,
Yes,
very much
yes.
visible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is written as red cotton tree. So this is a very old tree. This is the oldest tree पूरे यहाँ पे.
Wow, it's
And I think इसके
beautiful.
ऊपर yes हाँ. यहाँ पे ना अभी यहाँ पे सीजन नहीं है, मानसून सीजन पे इसमें से कॉटन्स आते हैं. I've seen the cotton that we use,
Are
वैसे
they,
कॉटन्स इसमें से आते हैं.
Analia, are they like nests on the top of the tree? Some dark
नहीं,
spots are.
these are I think orchids है ये लोग. These are other plants only. I think they are orchids. I don't know. जैसे trees के ऊपर ही दूसरे plants नहीं आते. These are kind of that.
Some creepers.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Analia, so nothing related to like nature and the environment, but somehow religion also piques my interest. So two questions. One, the church that you showed, you said the Kanai Christians are Jews.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
part I didn't get because Judaism is different from Christianity. A lot of their beliefs go
Yes.
back to the same roots, but how come if they're practicing Christians, how come you said they're Jews?
Yes, ma'am, I'll tell you. So, in the Christians, we have different communities. So, first of all, I will tell you that there are Latin, Catholic, and Protestants. There are two different things. But Kanai Christians, they consider themselves a Catholic only, but not complete Christians like us. Complete Christians in sense they think that they are complete Christians. So the Jewish people, they are pure Christians. They are the descendants of the Christ. So Kanai people, they believe that they are the descendants of the Christ. They are Jewish people, but they don't accept us as Christians. So we say that okay, they are different from us, but then they say that we are not Christians. They say that we are converted Christians, and that may be true. We don't know who our ancestors were, that we were converted Christians or anything. So that is why the Kanai Christians are pure Jewish Christians only, and Jewish Christians, they are Christians only, ma'am. I didn't get the last part. What was that? Did you get
No.
what I'm trying to say, ma'am?
So see, yeah, no. I'll tell you what. Look, that will get into a very complicated discussion or debate. But like, okay, just to clarify my own doubts, the Kanai Christians, is their religious text Bible or is it the Torah? What is it?
Ma'am, they have Bible only.
Bible only. So then they're not Jews because for the Jews, the religious text is Torah and their God is Jehovah. So anyways, we'll talk about this, like maybe not everyone is interested in the discussion. So we'll take it up later. And
Yes,
also the
ma'am.
temple that you mentioned, is it the same temple uh, of which videos
Yeah.
you uploaded on
Yes,
your
ma'am.
what?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. That is four
Okay.
kilometer. Yes, ma'am. That is 4 kilometer from here. Four to, yeah, 4 kilometer from here.
Okay. So
And
yeah, just
also the mosque. Yes,
uh,
ma'am. That recently वहाँ पे festival था and I put photos of elephants and all.
yes, yes, yes. So
Yes,
in
ma'am.
one
That was.
sense, your place is also a symbol of communal harmony, because
Yes,
so
ma'am.
many
For
religious
exactly.
structures coexist together.
Yes, ma'am. That is very true. That यहाँ पे people very closely live together. If यहाँ से जाने के बाद like the my place that is like 7 to 8 kilometers away from here, we have a church that is like
We can't hear you, Analia.
I think she lost her internet connection, ma'am, because the video is also not visible.
Yeah, I
recently we
also
had like
think so.
Christmas. So Christmas carols में the girl आते हैं. So
Analia,
people here live
Analia,
in
we
a very
couldn't hear
harmony.
anything. We lost you for a minute
Yes.
completely.
Yeah, am I back now? Am I back
Yes,
now?
yes, yes. So you were saying
Okay.
something about the mosque. We didn't hear anything.
The mosque, the Chairman Mosque, I was saying that that was like 3-4 kilometers away from here. Then I
Yeah.
talked about my place that is like 6 to 7 kilometers from here. So I was saying that we have in a 500 to 100 meter to 500 meter difference, may we have a church, a mosque, and a temple. And I have my very close neighborhood people as Muslims and Christians. So यहाँ पे people are like so close. We live like a family only. In the carols, like in the Christmas carols, the girl who was like who became Mother Mary with us, she was a Hindu, and the ढोल पकड़ के हमारे साथ डांस करने के लिए they were like Muslim people. So and हम भी उनके festivals में चले जाते थे. Like I went to temple. So it is not like
We again cannot hear you, Nalia.
hello.
Okay.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, I changed my network. So that was beach में. Hello.
You were speaking something about festivals.
Yeah. So festivals के बाद I was talking about like the communal harmony of people, like how everyone is like they celebrate each other's festival. Like we go to temple, they come to church, and we share our famous dishes and all. So likewise, the people here are very uh, close with each other's religions. ऐसा नहीं है कि you're Christian and you will not come to temple like that. So even me being a Christian, यहाँ हमारे घर के पास we had a temple festival. So वहाँ पे dance programs होते थे. So when I was a kid, I used to go there, dance programs and all के लिए. So like that is the communal harmony we have here. So that is actually a big plus point, I would say, that we have here.
That's actually very nice to hear, Analia.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have any questions, or should we proceed to the conclusion of the session?
I would like to say one thing, that the session, Analia, when you called me up that you would like to do a session like this, and I think I proposed this about more than a year back for Kaziranga to Subhashish, and that could not actually happen. And when you said that this is something that you would like to show, and I really feel that I rightfully agreed to it, because yes, that you have done a justice to it and very well explained. Very well explained. Good.
Thank you,
And
sir.
whatever you
The
showed to us from the fish culture to the archaeological thing, and finally coming to this communal harmony, that's actually there with all of South India because of not much of a disturbance, maybe. But yes, that exists everywhere. The moment you were talking about, I was thinking about Velangani in
Yeah,
Tamil
I've
Nadu.
been there.
That's also
Yes, sir. And I've gone to Palani
good.
temple also. That is en road to
Velangani
Velangani.
church was I think, the biggest home shelter during tsunami that they
Yes,
provided.
sir. Yes, sir.
So there's
Yes,
a
sir.
lot of such stories of the communal harmony from that side of the uh, country. And really, you showed very well. I just wanted to, and one more thing which I liked was that every time you were trying to say that things are being done in this way, and the moment immediately you change that we do it like this or I did it like this. So that's the connection which comes in. जब तुमने आर्कोलॉजिकल
Yes,
साइट
sir.
में वो केव का क्लोज करने की बात करी कि इसमें मिट्टी डाला गया और वॉल बनाया गया, पहले कहा कि बनाया गया हमने बनाया नहीं मैंने. So that connection that you could
Sir.
create of the
Yes, sir.
local that how you relate to the area, that's really good. I just wanted to, because I didn't see much, Kerala is known for houseboats a lot. Does the
Yes,
Periyar
sir.
River
That
doesn't
was
have that?
Yeah, sir. Actually, अभी इस टाइम पे कोई जा नहीं रहा, but otherwise यहाँ पे house boats होते हैं, boats होते हैं, so many things. I really wanted to show you there. We had a houseboat start बहुत, but यहाँ से थोड़ा रास्ता अलग है, so इसके वजह से I
Okay.
didn't show that houseboat. उसको park करके रखा हुआ, but otherwise यहाँ पे evening time पे जाता है. But today I told you this bad luck that you people cannot see any houseboats or boats.
No problem. I just thought maybe the Periyar River was missing with that, something which is very
No,
common
sir.
in Kerala backwaters. It is always observed. So
Yeah.
that's really good. And one more thing which I will tell you, that when you're moving down the stairs, as Nitin also pointed out, yes, the whole movement which you did from the place you started with the fish culture thing to this archaeological, it's a very clean area. And yes, most of the area, as you say, that the Keralites keep it clean also. But I think the next time when you come here and when you go down that stairs to the place where the water is meeting the land,
Mm-hmm.
there are some
Yes,
plastic
sir.
bottles. Remove those plastics
Yes,
and
sir.
put up a board there.
Plastic
They
bottles.
should not dispose plastics out there. So
Yes, sir. I
जो
recently
जो
noticed
पढ़
that
रहे हो and
there
being
was.
part of Haritram, try to put it to use also. Very good. Congratulations from my side. It is really well done.
Thank you,
I
sir.
would also like to
Yeah.
second both Raman sir as well as Rashmi. Analia, I really think you can be a good teacher. I don't know if you want to be. And you know, when I was listening to you with rapt attention, I was just wondering, can I do it to my literature classrooms? And sadly, I can't, you know. So it was a very, very interactive and informative session. And like Rashmi said, you know, this is even better than YouTube because we get to have live interaction. We get to interrupt you and ask questions and clear our doubts. So nothing like it, you know. So maybe next time you can plan another tour and show us just the houseboats or show us everything
Yes.
again, you know. We would love it.
Yeah, it was a two-way interaction, no? So that part was the best. And another thing was that she showed us, she has like geography, then history, then
Yes.
archaeology, everything she has shown us and explained us. So
Yeah.
that was very
And one thing which I
Yeah.
will add here is that in this whole 1 hour session, we did hear some Malayalam being spoken on the background, but I
Yeah.
think
Yes,
she could
sir.
have actually talked to a few of the locals there, particularly when the fish culture part, which you were showing it on the fish tank, you could have actually made the other person speak. So we know from which area you are giving this session. So it would have been more interesting with the locals participating in it.
Yeah, I mean, the one they were standing, that was my uncle I had shown you. The other one was my cousin. So we actually had to talk. But yes, they would be speaking in Malayalam, so that's why this idea didn't came up. So yes, next time I'll ask them to speak.
From
Analia,
our
you
side, we
And all,
thank your family also,
yeah,
who
sir,
had
I
been
have my
along with
family
you
here.
throughout the whole trip.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they actually came with me. So this is my mother. This is my mother's elder sister, and she is my backbone. She supports me in like in every task. She was there as an interviewee for the 2018 Kerala floods interview
Yes.
I did for NGYC. So she was one of the interview, and me, Pratyush, and two more people, we interviewed them. So these people are, this is my younger sister. So these people are my constant supporters, and even my uncle, they were like, बहुत अच्छा बनाना है, तू बहुत अच्छा करना है, वो करना है, ये करना है, वो वाला वीडियो बनाना है. And they were like, okay, उनको ज़्यादा they were like curious कि ये वो लोग देखेंगे, like अच्छा करना है. So they like, my family, they have supported me like a lot, बहुत ज़्यादा, because I
Analia,
just brought the plan and they were like, yes, ma'am.
you did a session, you did a Cockatoo session where you explained, I think, disposal, how to do waste segregation. You did that with your mother or you did that with a neighbor?
Neighbor, that was my neighbor.
Okay, okay, okay.
That was in Kanpur. That was in Kanpur.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Ma'am, this idea, like I wanted to do this from like last year when I was in second year, I joined Cockatoo. And I had told Pratyush about this, like once I reach Kerala, I want to do this. So it is only
Lovely,
now
you
that I
finally
could.
took it up. And I can tell you for sure, you have 3 fans in your teachers, Raman sir, Rashmi ma'am, and me, we have become your fans.
Very true, Komal.
So
Thank you,
great
ma'am.
job, Analia. Really great
Earlier
job.
you have done it very well. So
Yeah.
I really liked the way you have expressed yourself, no? And your constant support, family, that is manifested in the entire video, the way you have narrated everything, and you have taken support of your mother, and so yeah, very well done.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, she was carrying that battery saver. So
Oh
power
God.
bank.
So
Once
lucky,
I had a glimpse of
we
your
forced you
mother,
to
yeah.
do.
Oh, you want to see her? Yeah.
What I
I
said
didn't.
that I saw her like she was walking, no?
Acha.
So yeah, so
Yes, ma'am.
they were like while you were like rotating your camera and all, no? So that time I had I had a glimpse of your mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Oh.
We wish other
I
Haritram
am also
students also take
observing,
this up.
I saw the participants, Dr. Rashmi Parekh, if she likes to add something. And
I think Sir Rashmi ma'am left. She was there. Oh, she's here. Still here. She's still
Ma'am
here.
is here with us. Ma'am, are you able to unmute yourself?
Good evening, Professor Raman sir. Good evening, everybody. I saw the entire session beginning part. I really like the way the girl was speaking and showing us the pictures and documentaries and how to preserve fauna, how much we can contribute. I saw the beginning wala part, and in between I was driving. So I just reached up to my destination, but I really enjoyed all the sessions Haritkram conducts and try my level best to be the part of everything. One of my student is also attending here, Himanshika Saklecha.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being there.
Congratulations, sir, and Haritkram Society.
I think we can have something similar sessions from your students from Jaipur also someday.
Yeah, sir, we are ready, sir. You can, I would love to, invite you to have a session, as we have been discussing a lot the career options related with geography, and your session, sir.
Yes, sure. For
And
that, sometime
definitely we
later.
can have a joint venture, sir, for students from our school and your college.
That will be nice once the pandemic thing gets over, we can plan out a trip like that.
Yes, sir.
And thank you, Analia. Thank you for all the efforts that you've taken for this virtual tour given to us.
Thank you, Professor
Welcome,
Raman.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Nadia. Congratulations, all of you, for organizing this beautiful session for all of us.
Thank you, ma'am.
We thank everyone for the extremely reflectful insights. And as Komal ma'am said, same goes for us students also. We have also become fan of Analia's presentation and interactive delivering skills after this presentation today. It was spellbounding.
Actually, it was looking like that we are watching a movie of, National Geographic Channel.
Yes, ma'am, very much, and much more interactive because we could ask questions back. We could always ping her about it. So it was an absolute delight. And now that we are at the end of this session, I request Surit Prakash to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It was wonderful to hear Analia MJ speak on today's theme, that is a walk along the banks of the Periyar River, exploring cage culture and ancient forts, and also for a very insightful observation and reflection session. Thank you for beautifully throwing light on this topic by presenting in a slightly different way. Thank you so much, Analia MJ, for your insight. I would like to thank all the audiences for joining us in this session. Also, thank you, Raman sir and Komal ma'am, for always being our constant support. And also, Rashmi Rani ma'am and Rashmi Parikh ma'am for joining us. Last but not the least, thank you to my fellow mates at Harithgram, without whom this event wouldn't have been possible. Thank you all for joining us today. Wishing everyone a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Suvrit. Thank you, everyone. With this, we call it a day.